Good day. Morocco Council. Live. Instagram. I ain't got many followers, but I don't be on it like that. This nigga keeps circling us. I'm gonna save him. He getting his walks in?
He getting his walk in.
I hope this thing records the audio, but I got it recording. Is that obvious? For the looks.
Well,
just my luck. My sweater be like, woo!
It does video?
Mm-hmm. Video and audio, but I just read the instructions not too long ago, so at least we'll have video.
So that's what video.
Mm-hmm. And then I got video and audio.
Oh, immediately when you said that, I'm like, I don't want you to get thrown out. So if they say something,
yeah, I'll give them one of them. Oh, you can have this one. This doesn't work. This doesn't work as good, so.
The caseworker was texting there. She's like, okay, you're still on 10:30. So I would say about no more than an hour, maybe 30 minutes. About 30 minutes. If it's 11 o'clock right now, and they're doing 10:30.
Well, if they schedule a 10:30 and told you 10:45, that's only a 15-minute window that they gave themselves to handle this matter.
That is true.
I wonder why they told you to come so early.
So y'all talked to Brother Astir?
Briefly last night.
Yeah. How's he doing?
Okay. Mm-hmm. I like your face.
So, thank you. Now I'm going to get, like I said, I'm going to get the burgundy one, but I'll get it from another company. The ones I saw, this was less expensive, but the other one, it seemed to have more, I don't know, firmness to it.
Mm-hmm.
It just looked more official. What it cost me, probably about 3 times more.
I'm gonna get you a face. We were just talking about feel worthy of face now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, being a mother. It's so interesting. I was listening to Taj this morning when someone asked the question about the role that Masons play and how much power do they have. And he says, well, you know, they're just, okay, on the European side or on the Albion side, they're just studying our way. That Mason is study of astrology, Sabian life. He says, but you know, when you say Mason, you're only saying mother and son. And it struck me again, that's all there is. And what son would disrespect his mother? Yeah, he has to be like a devil. When I say a devil, we go against God's law, nature's law. So, based upon that, again, confirms that the correct word is Queen Mother. And then the sons are there to protect or be directed by the Queen Mother because of her divine connection with the All Eternal. Because we as men, we don't always tap into that. We just brute force. You know, we're good at that.
Yeah. It's perfectly balanced.
Yeah, but the Pope or the Shafra saw fit to call you a witch,
which means
when in fact you
woman.
were the wise woman, and able to convince others so that he could take your position as well as your
land and everything.
Land, property. But he went in on that, and I was like, yeah, that's absolutely.
Can you send me that link?
They definitely, I don't mean to cut you off, they definitely are skipping this. They're mad again. You can tell because I'm supposed to be next. This is supposed to be my slide. And they call somebody else. They never do it.
That's cool. Y'all keep them in 15-minute increments then. Bada boom, bada bing.
I'm going to let any listen to it. Because they started a whole new one. And there's no way to have a 10:45 or 10:30.
Right.
You probably heard this one before because it's like November sometime, I think it was. Let's see.
Yeah.
3 months ago.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So, what's up with the brothers Abdullah, Sham, and the other sister?
I think they fraud. I think they fraudulent.
I was listening to them. At one time, they were really on point. Then it was like they read some other stuff, and it just convinced them that the only approach is for us to stop what we're doing and form a national society or a national federation.
Shem and Abdullah, they're the two ones that be screaming on their videos. Talking about there's no talking about They try to say that we don't need consular court, but then they keep going back and forth on that. Like, from what I've seen in some of their videos.
The one I was listening to, they were talking about how we're using the U.S. Constitution as the law of the land, and Moor shouldn't even do that. But I'm like, that's the platform that the treaty tells you to use. Actually, in Article 20 or 21, it says, Moor does something to a U.S. citizen or vice versa. Consular come in and you use the law of the land to decide that.
Right.
Well, what law are we talking about?
If you ask me, I need Hammurabi law.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. The laws of the land is the treaty first, and
treaty is the platform, and then
the Constitution.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because we heard talking last night. They got more than one treaty. You got the Articles of Association, Articles of Confederation, and then even the Declaration of Emancipation. That's contracts.
Contracts, right. That's right.
And they don't want to hold up to their own contract. Ain't that something? No, y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go. If you don't want to uphold the law how it's supposed to be, how it was written, you have to go.
Yeah, that's my whole point. Those who don't want to abide by the law, then you go do that somewhere else.
When that's in the Constitution too. Article, I forgot what, I gotta highlight it, but it speaks issues of diversity. As a matter of fact, I need to look at that, because if I have to bring that up, I need to know it. That's the thing, they don't bring any type of remedy, they just be hollering.
Abdullah Talib, he's the one, is it Talib? No.
Shembe and Abdullah, something, Posse Bay or something like that.
Oh, Mosey Bay. Mosey Bay.
Yeah.
M-O-S-I Bay.
And you know what's crazy? I picked up on Taj when he was like, "You think I didn't see you?"
He said, "You've been around me.
Yeah.
You used what I had, and then you double back."
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was talking about. But
I knew.
Them the only ones that I know that they were like. And Taj really gave
That's
them
why
a
I be
big
like,
push off, gave him a platform.
watch Dr. G, because she allowed them to use that platform too.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's going on with you? That you will, if it's going against the very thing that this brother is speaking about, why would you have that on your same platform, conflicting information, to get views and a paycheck?
Yeah, because that creates amongst us questions.
Right.
Because some of the things that I was listening to them last night, man, and it was, I turned it off. That's him.
Okay, so Article 3, Section 2, Clause 2, in all cases affecting ambassadors, other public ministers and councils, and those in which a state shall be party, the Supreme Court shall have original jurisdiction. Ambassadors and councils. Not councils, councils.
Read that again? My mind, I was thinking about it.
You know, okay. Bam. Thank you.
So it was Article 3, Section 2?
Article 3, Section 2, Clause 2. Clause 87. Yes. 87. Look at it. 87. And don't, even if you don't get the date, it is what it is. And then this is the Bill of Rights. in which we stand on Amendment 9 and 10. Powers reserved back to the people, retained to the people. Okay. You see why I be skeptical, like, see, Abdullah been with him for years. For years. I've met that man, bought his book face to face, and it's like, you on here, conflicting
I heard
information.
him say something one time about the prophet not being correct in what he did. I was like, what?
What? What do you mean pulling up? We here. Anyway, but yeah, it's live.
They know they're here.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, I can't get my head around that one because the foundation was laid there. And now you're saying tear up the foundation and we're going to follow what?
Right.
You?
Absolutely not. Where's my treaty? Thank you. I had all my stuff. Shaitan, what? Look, behind me? No, not today. Not today. I swear. Every time I organize this thing, it's like I look into it and it's all over the place. Okay. Block any of those energies. Nope. I've got everything I need right here. I'm good. But yeah, they do that and have no type of remedy whatsoever. And it's crazy because it's oh, make sure your thing is on silent. I don't know if that was your phone or one of their phones. Somebody's phone had went off.
I didn't even tune into their.
Yeah, because it's some Moors, but I'm kind of skeptical of them too, because one guy admitted that he used to be into the masonry and stuff. I don't want to say names for this recording.
No, I'm saying.
In Tampa.
In Tampa?
Yeah. And they were around the sister I told you had got detained for 2 years. And it's like, but they're following Shem and Abdullah. Talking about getting the ecclesiastical
constitution.
Right. That doesn't make
trust.
sense.
Okay, so I understood that concept because my family can make, because I do intend to pursue that avenue to get my family to come over. But I hope to do it through a process of family reunion. At your family reunion, you can now start. You could do that over and over again, but you're bringing your family in, and you can do it with your family, those families. It becomes a process, and you're teaching them about nationalization, trust. We're ready?
Okay, I'm gonna go get Tony.
Tara Tammany, GAO program.
All right, good morning. This is the review, also present physically in the courtroom. Mother, she announced as Tony Day. She's also known to the court as Tony Giddens for purposes of today's hearing. I'll simply refer to her as ma'am. She's sitting in front of me and we can see each other. There are other members of the public in the back. You're welcome to be here. I'll remind members of the public in the gallery that it's not my rule, it comes from above me. Recording devices are not permitted to be utilized in the courtroom.
Yeah, no recording.
It's on.
All right.
No, but I can put it in my lap.
So we were here recently. Filed more than one filings since the last time we were together. I will address them, but in the meantime, we're going to go through the normal process of a judicial review. Ma'am, we've talked about this before. It's important. So I just need to remind you of that. Today's an important hearing. It's not only a judicial review, it's a permanency hearing. So it's my job to consider ultimately where your child is going to end up being raised. And nothing is more important than that.
Objection. And for the record, I'm Tony Michelle Bay. I am a Moorish American national. I am not here to discuss anything that has to do with permanency or anything like that. I'm here under threat, duress, and coercion. I am exercising my treaty rights per Article 20 of the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. I have counsel here. Of the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, Myra Bay, please step up.
So I'm going to
Anything that has anything to do with this case, you're gonna have to speak to my counsel about it.
Okay. Well, this is what I'm saying. I don't see this is to the young lady who's here with us today. I don't know her background or education, so I'm certain that you're intelligent, quite confident. However,
she's my counsel, and we are exercising treaty rights per Article 20 of the Treaty.
Go ahead and continue to sit. We're in a Florida courtroom. She's not licensed to practice law in the state.
Objection. According to the treaty, counsel has the right to decide between any disputes. We have issued a quo warranto for the record and a default judgment and a habeas corpus and a writ in mandamus. Nothing has been rebutted. Your declaration of authority has not been shown for the record. So you need to establish your authority. Article 4 of Section 1 of the Constitution of 1787 declares that any judicial acts done in the public is to be given full faith and credit. By denying her and her right to counsel, you are breaking your oath, you're violating your oath. That is treason. Anything pertaining to this case done other than returning her heir is the act of genocide and human trafficking, peonage. Where's your declaration of authority order to establish that this is a lawful venue?
The court's going to have to maintain order. I've allowed, ma'am, for your sake, out of respect for you and your desires to be fully heard. I forget your name.
I'm counsel here at Moroccan Empire of Florida Republic. My appellation is Naraya Bay. I'm a Moorish American national.
To do in the previous hearing, ma'am, you're welcome as a member of the public to observe. I understand that you're here for support.
This is the objection. Objection.
Okay, but she is not.
Yes, I am. And according to the Constitution, Article 3, Section 2, all ambassadors and consuls have a right in supreme jurisdiction.
you all are being very civil. I recognize that, but we're repeating ourselves. You're not counsel.
We cannot, objection, we cannot move past
So
jurisdiction.
if you're interrupting and won't let the court proceed, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the courtroom.
Objection,
You're not to proceed when you have not established jurisdiction in this matter.
for the record.
For the
Well,
record, have proven that you have delegated authority for Article 3, Section 1 and 2 of the Constitution for the United States. That has not been placed on the record. Jurisdiction has been challenged.
Okay, first of all, my job here is not to debate any. Present here, my job is not to debate them or you. My job is to gather information and make decisions according to Chapter 39. Jurisdiction has been established in this case.
Where is it for the record so that I may state that you have delegated authority for Article 3, Section 1 and 2 of the Constitution for the United States of America? Where is that proof of authority that you have that you are going to exercise it over me? You have to prove that. I'm challenging jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction, as I stated at our last hearing, jurisdiction was properly stated in both the shelter petitions and the penalty petitions that were recognized and reviewed by the court, both at the shelter hearing
so that I may review it.
It's in the record of this case, ma'am. When you leave here, you are a party to this
Is
case.
it a
I'm trying to
delegated
answer your
authority
question.
for Article 3, Section 1 and 2 of the Constitution? It's a delegated authority from Congress.
I don't understand.
You're lawful. You have to prove this. You have to prove this. This is a lawful demand. And I'm challenging jurisdiction. Jurisdiction can be challenged at any time.
Well, okay. The court has attempted, out of respect for the mother, to answer her questions for the record. Jurisdiction is well established in this case.
Objection.
Objection. Show me on paper that you have.
I've attempted to answer that question. At this point, I'm not going to debate any longer.
Well, objection, so that means that you don't have the authority, so that means that this case is dismissed.
You may think that,
So that means you don't have the proper authority. I see where you're going, but can you prove for the record? Can you prove objection? Can you prove for the record?
I'm going to ask the court. We need to proceed with the judicial review.
Objection, this is a violation of her rights and
You
her
don't
right
have
to be
standing
heard.
so-
This is objection, according to Amendment 10 and 9, the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution,
Okay, we're gonna
nor
stop.
prohibited by the
We're done
states, are reserved to the states respectively to the people.
To the people. You have not established jurisdiction in
Ms.
this
Gibbons,
matter.
I will say again, I don't want to do
Objection,
this.
it's Tony Michelle Bay. You don't have
Okay,
proof for the record, or this case is dismissed.
I don't want to do it this way.
This case is
As
dismissed.
I told you last time, you can get your child back. There is a pathway to do that. I don't want to do it this way, ma'am.
This case
Objection.
is dismissed. Objection.
We issue a writ of mandamus from the higher court. Counsel
Just
is
to
the
be
higher
clear for
court.
Law enforcement.
Counsel is a higher
Thank
court.
you for your forbearance, but we need to clear the court.
Right, we got, it's time to go.
This is treason. This is a violation for the record. Let this be on the record. Let the record show that this is treason and acts of genocide. And you are a violation of the Constitution and the Treaty 1787 Moroccan Empire between the United States of America. Your forefathers declared nature and nature's God. And you're in violation. You are supposed to be a Moor. And you're with the enemy.
Yes, ma'am.
On the record, you are
We need to get rid of the Moor. That's what we need. Well, sometimes he did not object and he just interrupted him. I think that's what he was talking about. But at the same time, it's like, sorry.
He doesn't fear any type of reprisal. He doesn't fear, to do beyond coming in there and talking to him. Because we really don't to go in there and talk.
Right.
It's all done on paper because he has no voice.
I hope this thing recorded and y'all recorded?
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay. Well, it violated again. But we're gonna stand our ground even more so. Are they trying to keep going on it?
Yeah, they're on it now.
All right. Peace and love, y'all.